Okay, let me just kind of look at the whole picture of Agape and give you an idea what it's like there. When I started, everybody that knows about Agape, we brought in kids that were HIV, and at that time, the kids were not going to be adopted or going anywhere because they were coming in HIV. They either would have died or they would have been staying at Agape the rest of their lives. So really, I still feel that even though they don't leave this country, which is fine, and they are with us, we give our kids the best, I feel the best that any family can give any child. They are loved and cared for, they're given an education, they're given love, and they're treated as an individual. And so at the age of 18, if our children don't want to go to school, they want to make a life outside, go to work, and by government law, they are allowed to sign out and do that. But we will not really encourage it. I am a very strong-willed mother, so I make sure that our kids will get at least grade 12. So we do that. We try to get them in school. But some kids are not willing to go to school. So yesterday, I think it's a good thing for some people, and really it's a great testimony for my teenage boys. I have them 18, 17, 16, 15, and I have girls that are 22, 23, no, 23, 22, and down the line they go. So I think yesterday was a beautiful picture of what Agape is really all about. One of my boys last year was asked to leave because of his lifestyle and the influence he had on other kids. And we did ask him to go back with his relatives. He had relatives, but he decided he didn't want to do that. So he came back to Chiang Mai. He didn't want to go to school. He was 17 years old. He didn't want to work. He just want, they call this at Agape is called freedom. And I think most kids think that once they get out from under the wings of their mother or father, it's called freedom, but really it's not. So he lived his life. Almost a year. He's HIV, hasn't taken his ARV drugs, and he's been drinking and smoking, living a pretty bad life, sleeping in a temple, sleeping in game shops, and nothing to eat. And he returned yesterday, sick, very sick, weighing just like 40-some kilo, haven't eaten for days and days and days, asking could he come back and start life over again. What do you do if you want to really look at past and think or what might happen or what could happen by bringing him back? But I guess I've got the heart of a mother, and I was reading this morning in the book of Exodus. There's one little phrase that stood out to me. God was saying to the Israelites, accept widows and orphans, because I hear their cry. And he said, I'm a God of compassion. That was the words I read this morning. Listen, take care of the widows and the orphans. I hear their cries. I am a God of compassion. What I did yesterday, I felt that I really heard hard. I felt the heartbeat of the Father. And when I saw my boy come back with no shoes, and he's so sick they could hardly walk or hardly eat, I knew that Agape love had to be administered. I had to bring him back. Yes, I asked the executive board, and they agreed with me as well. So today he's back. Last night he had his first meal for weeks. He had it at Agape. He ate like 2 or 3 bowls of food. His fevers are high, his lungs are bad. But this is something, and he's told me, he will tell these teenage boys, don't go out there and try it. There's nothing to it. Emptiness, loneliness, no happiness, no hope. But stay where you are and get your education. So last night, for the first time, he was able to get a bath, lay in a clean bed, get a good breakfast even this morning. And I was able to wrap my arms around him and show him, and I absolutely love it. So I think this is a great story for any kid at Agape or any kid anywhere. But remember, we never hold on to the past. And another thing is, we never stand still where we are. We move forward. Moses told the Israelites to stand still. What did God say? Move forward. So at Agape, we will continue to move forward in many different situations. I don't know, they come in different ways. But as they come, whether they're good or bad, whether it's an adoption of a little girl today, or whether it's a wayward boy, a son, like the prodigal son. And I saw one of my nannies take off his old shoes and give him a new pair of shoes yesterday. I thought that was love. That was agape love. A mother's love, compassionate love. So that's what we're doing at Agape up to this date.